The lights inside the Ireland Got Talent theater dim slowly, and the audience settles into a quiet murmur. The judges sit at their desk, papers shuffled, cameras rolling, another night of auditions moving forward. Simon Cowell leans back in his chair, expression calm but distant, the way it often is after hours of performances. The host's voice echoes through the hall, announcing the next contestant, a name unfamiliar to most ears. A young man from Cebu City in the Philippines. As the curtains part, a thin figure steps onto the stage. He is visibly nervous. His shoes are worn out, his shirt faded and slightly torn near the collar. He pauses for a moment, looking up at the massive audience, the bright lights blinding him, the moment heavier than anything he has ever known. He introduces himself softly. His accent is thick, his voice shaky but sincere. He says he grew up poor in Cebu City, living in a small shack near the port, where music from old radios and passing jeepneys filled his childhood. He says he discovered Elvis Presley through an old cassette his father found in the trash when he was a child. That cassette became his treasure. He learned to sing by copying the voice, the emotion, the pain, the hope. He says he sang on streets, at markets, outside ferry terminals, sometimes for hours, sometimes for nothing. He says there were days when singing was the only thing that kept him from giving up. The audience listens closely. The judges lean in. This is no rehearsed sob story. It feels raw. One of the judges asks why he chose Ireland Got Talent instead of auditions closer to home. The young man swallows hard. He explains that he sold his guitar, the only thing he owned of value, to buy a one-way plane ticket. He says this stage is his final chance. His family believes in him, even when they have nothing. He mentions his mother waking up early every morning to pray for him. His eyes glisten as he speaks. Simon watches quietly, arms uncrossed, now, just replacing skepticism. The theater feels still, as if everyone senses something important is about to happen. The host asks if he is ready. The young man nods, closes his eyes, and takes a deep breath. The music begins, a slow, familiar melody, unmistakably Elvis, but stripped down and gentle. When he opens his mouth to sing, the sound surprises everyone. His voice is not polished, but it is powerful. It carries weight. It carries years of struggle, hunger, rejection, and hope. Every note feels honest. The audience begins to lean forward in their seats. Some exchange looks of disbelief. This is not just imitation. This is emotion. As the song continues, he adds his own style, his own pain. Halfway through, he switches briefly into Cebuano, singing about a boy who dreams under broken roofs and sings so his family can eat. The moment hits hard. One judge places a hand over her heart. Another judge's eyes fill with tears. Simon's face changes completely. His lips press together. His eyes grow red. He blinks repeatedly, trying to hold back emotion. The camera catches it all. The song builds slowly, not loud, not flashy, but deeply moving. The young man reaches the final verse. His voice cracks slightly, not because he misses the note, but because the emotion overwhelms him. He steadies himself and finishes strong. The final note hangs in the air, trembling, fragile, beautiful. Silence follows. 1 second, 2 seconds, then the entire theater erupts. A standing ovation explodes from the crowd. People cheer, clap, some wiping tears from their faces. The judges stand as well. Simon stands too, clapping slowly, his face wet with tears. He no longer tries to hide. The young man bows again and again, overwhelmed by the reaction. His hands shake. He looks like he might collapse from emotion alone. The applause continues. The judges signal for quiet. Simon steps forward, clearing his throat. He tries to speak, but his voice breaks. He pauses, takes a breath, wipes his eyes. He admits that it has been a long time since a performance moved him like this. He says he has seen thousands of singers, but very few make him feel something real. He tells the young man that what he brought to the stage was not an act, not a cover, but a life story told through music. Another judge speaks next, tears streaming openly. Now, she says that the spirit of Elvis lives in his voice, but the heart belongs to Cebu City, to every poor dreamer who sings against impossible odds. The third judge nods in agreement, calling the performance unforgettable, honest, and deeply human. The young man listens, hands clasped, tears falling freely down his cheeks. He keeps whispering thank you, barely able to breathe. Simon looks at the audience, then back at the contestant. He says, "Sometimes talent is not about perfection, but truth." He says, "This is why the show exists." Then he pauses. The theater holds its breath. Simon reaches for the golden buzzer. He presses it firmly. Gold confetti burst,